I may have to actually fucking. I may have to actually turn off some lights. So let's do that. Let's do lights off. All right. As of this live recording, I'm recording live. Um, it is 100 degrees. I think it's like in the high 80s tonight, but it was 100 degrees today. Now, let me start. We're going to start a little bit here. Okay. One starts. So I'm renting this. There's no fucking way I'm buying this. I'm renting it. Ultra high definition. Oh, the magic. Okay. That's where we want to be. This is the 4 second mark. For those of you who have digital, this is where we want to be. You want to see the full WB animation logo. Okay. Because obviously I'm not going to show it. But let me talk about, I'm going to talk a little bit about Injustice. And let me make sure I have the proper things. Okay. So, I may not be buying any Mattel products for He-Man, U products anytime soon, or Mattel Creations, but I decided to kind of go against my principles, and I have rented the animated movie. Now, I am aware of a few changes they've made, but I have not watched. This is my first time watching the Injustice movie. Now, I'm going to watch this with my headphones connected to this tablet. I am going to watch and listen. I will occasionally show you 6 second things going on, but and I'll show you a cringe moment if there is a really cringe moment in this hour and 15-minute movie. How long is this? Let me see. An hour and 18. So it's 78 minutes long. Not a very long. You're not going to cram all these books. So let me show you. Because for those of you who have never seen my Injustice videos, right? Down there are my Injustice comic books, right? So the Injustice comic books go back, and I would say next year will be I think next year's the 10th anniversary of Injustice, the game and the comic books. This is a whole collaborated effort. Tom Taylor got mixed up in there. Later on, he said he felt horrible about making Injustice, how Superman killed. Now, there are two great stories I feel that have to do with the end of the DC universe or falling apart, okay? Because Crisis on Infinite Earths, maybe I'll talk about that more next year, but or maybe at the end of this year. But Injustice and Kingdom Come dealt with the final fates of characters, heroes and villains. How did the Penguin die? Or how did the Joker die? Or how did this character live? Or how did this character die, right? The DC universe as we know it, whether it was like the commonplace or whatever, it was just, it fell apart. It really did. So you didn't have the what you're used to is Superman saving the day, Batman putting the bad guys away, Wonder Woman saving teenage girls and taking down Dr. Psycho and the Cheetah. All that stuff just didn't happen. And because it didn't happen, or it didn't happen for long, I guess Superman lived long enough to be the villain, right? Uh, Now, I'll tell you a little bit about going over what should be happening. This should have been an HBO Max series to combat Invincible, to combat The Boys from Amazon, to combat Invincible, right? This should have been the contender against it based on the books. And maybe, obviously, some important story points from Injustice and Injustice 2 games. This should have been what we have with year 0 was the Justice Society. Year 1 was Superman, the turning point for Superman and changing the DC universe, forcing the other superheroes to figure out how to walk all over again. Year 2 was the Green Lanterns. Year 3 was Constantine versus was it Trigon, demons, mystical characters, magical characters, House of Secrets, House of Mystery. Year 4 dealt with the gods, the Olympic gods of Olympus, Wonder Woman, and Hercules, and Ares, and the new gods, right? Year 5 was wrapping up everything before the Injustice game plot, which was parallel to Harley Quinn's story, which is so good. It wasn't a great Injustice story because the plot of the story is the plot of the game, so you didn't want to really literally do the game plot. However, Harley Quinn's story was so good that it almost felt like a misstep when Tom Taylor took over for the Injustice 2 prequel, but it worked okay. That I was okay. The Injustice 2 was like a Batman story more than a Superman. And finally you had He-Man taking over. I don't know like the years it would like as the time frame. I would assume that maybe it was a few months to a year later that Injustice 2 prequel happened, and then Injustice 2 took place within the same year, but then you had maybe a year later He-Man. So maybe He-Man versus Injustice took place 2 years, maybe a couple of years after Injustice 1 and maybe a year after Injustice 2. Something like that, where Damian Wayne became the next Batman. And I tell you, more than Kingdom Come, I think I'll do a comparison video later on where I'm going to compare Kingdom Come and Injustice. And I think my final feeling is not going to make Kingdom Come fans happy. And by the way, I say that having collected the 4 issues when they were brand new in the comic book stores in 96. So it's never to say that that story was bad, but when you look at Injustice and how and the different writers, because Tom Taylor did not write everything. He didn't write the last few years of Injustice 1, and he didn't write Injustice versus He-Man. So it was like he did a little bit, and then he came back for the second part, and he rewrote Harley Quinn a little bit. So I know that this, I've said this before, I said it years ago, that this movie would be an Injustice, what we're looking at right now. So what I'm going to do is I will start talking. Let me get some water before I start, just in case. It's always important to get water because I'll be talking a lot. It's important, if you're in the same state as me or in the same vicinity as me and it's been 100 degrees, it's important to hydrate. Always stay hydrated. So if you have, I know there's a DVD version, right, or Blu-ray version. If you have this logo here, right, if you have the WB animation logo, or you are at the 4-second mark of the VOD, I encourage you, or the 4-second mark of the HBO Max presentation, I encourage you to go ahead and I will tell you when you start. I gotta hook up my headphones, and I'm going to replace very carefully the. I'm going to replace the video with my comic books, and as we go along, I'll replace the comic books to keep it a little interesting. So 4-second mark, WB animation logo. We are going to start the Injustice movie. Okay. Ready? Okay. You can't see my hands here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Play now. There's the Justice League Warner Brothers logo. Let me get the issues out here. This is going to be audio commentary. Let's see. This is Injustice 0. So I'm torturing myself watching this 78-minute thing. Let's see. I know they changed some things around. So hopefully you're watching it with me. Okay. Well, the music's good. Animation's fine. We're reviewing the animation really quick and the look. So we get the world of it, I guess. There's Perry White, I'm assuming, or maybe not. I don't know. Could be a lookalike. So yeah, this is the scene before. No, so we're not getting the intro to Batman watching the army. So we are already here. It's Justin Hartley as Clark Kent Superman, which I liked him as Arrow, but honestly, it's like let me make sure we're properly adjusted here. I think the intro was better. Batman watching Superman's army to kind of ease us in. Here we're literally like watching the beginning. Obviously, no year zero. So we're getting a longer version of that scene where Clark and Lois talk, about the baby before Lois goes out, right? And justice. Is this an injustice? You better believe it. So there's Batman fighting because that's what Batman does. Don't kill nobody, Batman. Okay, so it's, world's finest. I think this is probably where Batman and Superman talk about the baby. Hmm. Yeah, the two of them didn't fight anybody. Oh yeah, so this is all a trick setup, right? Oh, ugh. Well, it's starting out right. There is no scarecrow, I think, or maybe there is. I don't know. Yeah, this is where Superman just kind of looks in and says, "Oh, something's not right." No signal watch. Oh, yeah. So it plays out pretty much the same way that we expect it to. Uh, uh, Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Hmm. Uh, okay, this is new. Oh, okay, that's different. Slightly different than objects in the mirror are slightly different than they appear. Ah, yeah. So I don't think they were supposed to know that it was Doomsday. Ah. This scene is always gruesome, no matter what version we're looking at. Yeah, this is the beginning of his downfall. Yeah. So Wonder Woman was supposed to be the first on the scene. Joker did this to Lois Lane It was a 95 comic book. It was like an Action Comics comic book in 95. So that was the first time he actually did it. She didn't die. He put her to the brink of death and then brought her, yeah, she would come back to life. And then things would go back to normal. Oh, it's going to be a bad time for the Joker, right? Oh, you don't tell him what to do. I think a lot of characters blamed Batman for letting the Joker live, for letting a lot of villains live, for killing the extinct animals, the endangered species that Ra's al Ghul had, for what happened with the president and the next president. The committee, the Congress, blamed Batman, Bruce Wayne for everything that happened from Injustice 1 and 2. But I also think what Batman did was a reaction to what Superman did. Oh, they censored it. Kind of. He didn't have much to say in the comics. Oh, well, I decided between doing a live stream and then like showing pictures. I said, just it's hard to really get. So everything's playing out differently here. Yeah, this is different because she got to figure out where to go. So she went to the Quiver, or she went to the Arrow Cave. Oh, it's so different. Well, it's a little different now. So I don't think he was in his watchtower. Oh yeah, so here we go. So we got that part's right. The Great Divide, a political opinion. Yeah, Superman didn't have this discussion with anybody. Just like he decided he had the bloody hand. He said he was just going to go to another country, and he went to another country and took down the dictators, the world leaders. And Wonder Woman said, when you go to the UN, don't look like that. Clean yourself up. So he didn't stop to talk to anybody. Poor Green Arrow. If you ever read the books, I love Harley Quinn after all the crap she went through. She went through a redemption arc. Oh, this is where he says it's over. They have to cut corners because, of course, you can only tell a story in 78 minutes. Oh, Plastic Man's there early. I haven't seen Mr. Terrific at all there. I'm pretty sure he does not appear in the books. Or I will stop them. Yeah. Should have been George Newbern to do this. George Newbern could do it. I know it's just a Harley, but okay, so we're glossing over stuff. We gotta gloss over things here now. Okay, I was trying to do it a little different, right? Yeah, Batman was already sitting in his Batcave. Oh shit. I like that she ends up on Eternia in prison. Oh, Aquaman was shown the error of his ways. It's like you got a nice Atlantis. Would be a shame. That was a really good scene. But obviously, Superman asked Batman, "Come with me, join me. Let's do this together." And Batman's like looked up, and said, "No, I can't do that." So at that point, they broke up in that Batcave. So we don't see Plastic Man until like year 4 in this book here. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's already leaving. Like, yeah, I think they said somebody said that by them all splitting up and leaving that table that they're trying to cut corners, but I know Shazam stayed. Shazam stayed for a fucking reason. So, Sam? Is that song? I don't know if that's Sam Lane or not. Probably not. Would have been better if it was. Okay, so we got I'm guessing Mirror Master is not part of this. I have to understand that the Injustice books are a cavalcade of like superheroes and villains. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So he has to use the mirrors to hide them. Using the fires to mask the way. Fortress of Solitude. Yeah, Flash is still alive in the books, so Flash would have helped him find Mirror Master a lot faster. And the oh no, John and Martha Kent a lot faster because he knew what was going on. He knew what was the world's end. Yeah, I think that was going to work. Oh, that's actually good. World's biggest natural mirror. Gone are the captions that tell us where we are. We spent equal time with Superman and Batman. We went back and forth. If only the Flash were around, he could have helped it a lot faster. Oh, here we go. So there's Robin and Nightwing. Uh, he was a little younger. He was about like 13 or like probably 13 years old. And then you go through the 5 years, he's like 18 or 19 years old. Oh, I like that Superman. He would yell at Batman, go, good. it's there was a creative choice to show Batman's eyes because we don't see Batman's eyes. We see you see the eyes here, but in here you don't see his eyes are blank, just like in the traditional comic book way. So there's a reason why we're seeing the eyes in the video games and the comics. Oh, broke his hand. Yeah. The last time Batman hit Superman was when he was trying to figure out where Joker was holding a press conference after he killed Jason Todd. So I guess it happens much later. Oh no, North Korea's done for. That's what happens when you try to cancel America over a movie. Yeah. Where's Black Canary? There's no Black Canary. You know, Black Canary is a good focal point, but we can't cram everybody in there. No. Now, either we're going to see the fight with the Anarcha or not. You don't look 13. I mean, like, he does not look 13. No, he had to be there somehow. He had to be there somehow. There's a. I don't remember him having an aeromobile. Good Harley seed. They don't get to decide that. There we go. So, he's Calendar. I remember when Calendar Man was trying to talk to Wonder Woman. Oh yes, we remember Zaz, don't we? And the thing is that Robin wanted him. Damian wanted him killed, but it's like if you kill him, you don't know what the truth was. Was that Superman ordered Victor Zaz to kill Alfred? And we don't see it. There is no Alfred and there's no Black Canary. So I'm already taking it. And no Flash that he's dead. Killer Croc. Hello. Uh, no Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy was a lot of fun. Who was that guy? Sportsmaster? Or no, it's not. I was thinking Sportsmaster. Oh, there's Grundy, and there's Deadshot. Oh, time to run. Oh, wait. Oh, let's see what happens. Hold on. Well, his head fell on a rock. It was that extra crunch, you know. And of course, it was the fight was more crowded, but I get it. It's animation. You have to pay for animators and stuff. It's hard to coordinate that fight. Well, underwhelming fight, but it served its purpose. Uh, oh, well, at least this part's okay. Oh, fade to black, fade to city. Catwoman. I think we spent some time with Catwoman a little bit before the Superman encounter. Okay, that sounds. I mean, most of these scenes are taken seriously, but they happen very fast, don't they? That's why we encourage people to read. What is this? Oh, we're speeding up the Dead Man arc, are we? Oh shit. Oh, I think Dick tried to keep a professional and respectable rapport, I guess the word, with Damien. You know, I never really try to really think less of Damien. So I believe it's year three that we see Dead Man. Dead Man gets killed by the Spectre, who's been watching the Batman's team, but it's really Nixius Spittle like a Spectre. A lot of spoiler here. And then Dead Man's dead, but Dick Grayson takes over. So is he gonna? Is they're just gonna make him Dead Man without Boston Brand? Deadwing. Well, it's a better outfit, but yeah, no Boston Brand. So we are robbed of some. We're cutting time here, aren't we? I don't think Supergirl shows up yet. No. Hmm. Oh, are we bringing in Rage already? Because the thing is that Ra's al Ghul, my feeling was that he waited until Superman was locked up to go and do what he was doing. Yep. I think he's taking the place of Sinestro. I don't think it's Alfred because I don't know. Not a Mazo. Yeah, so Ra's al Ghul is supposed to be in Injustice 2. Oh, yes. Leave it to Mr. Terrific to solve all the problems. Let's bypass all the years. Ugh. So obviously, there's no Lex Luthor to kind of temper the crew and help, because he had to be a double agent. That was what it was interesting. We find it odd that so he's playing chess with. So Mr. Terrific has taken over the Flash role. Yeah, so this is the chess scene that he does with the Flash. Still a good scene. Oh, everybody's turning on Superman right away. But that was interesting that Superman was seductive enough to get people on his team. I think that made more sense than just everybody's turning against Superman. Which, yes, writers could. There are a handful of writers that could agree with that. But Superman is a symbol. So even if that symbol is slightly perverted to the left or to the right, everybody is still following him except for the Batman team. Yeah, no Black Canary. This is Injustice 2 books. Their relationship is ambiguous in the comic books, so they never answer the question one way or the other. It was a little more extravagant, but they have the ships out there. Catwoman goes in there. Wait a minute, what happened to Martha Kent? Oh, so we don't have Martha Kent. This is cutting it too. See that they wrote this brilliantly, where they got everybody from the DC universe involved. But now they're just, as you can see, they're cutting corners. Let's cut corners in 78 minutes. Oh, oh shit. Well, that's a good way to get rid of Adam. Hey, look who's joined the party. No kryptonite pills to take. Wait a minute. Mr. Terrific said he would not help him. But now he, or no, that's Cyborg. Oh, he's using Terrific's balls. He's kind of saying the same things over. What was interesting was that Lex Luthor, after they were found, they're friends in this universe, which is kind of strange, right? Later on, he will turn against them in the Injustice plot, but he had Superman look like Clark Kent and say, "My name is Clark Kent," to try to get people to on his side. But there were a lot of different things that were happening. But oh, is this where he kills everybody in the building? Oh yeah, so this is very different. It's a rave instead of a formal political protest. Batwoman, what's her name? Kathy, Kate, Harley Quinn, and Huntress saw what happened. Oh, so Terrific's in prison. Terrific. Is Plastic Man going to go in there? Now, Plastic Man, Patrick E. O'Brien went to go for his son Luke. Yeah. It would work better with these two fighting each other. Is that Wildcat? No, that's oh, the Injustice soldiers don't wear like gas masks and red eyes. That's great. I have no idea what's happening. Everything's being crunched together. Not only did you have the world's greatest supervillains, but also the Green Lanterns. Kilowog died. No, Superman would have been there right away. Oh well. And there were times where Wonder Woman went against Superman, but she still followed him in the end. Smallville. I remember much. Oh, this is where Amazo comes, right? Oh, this is a low one. Of course, this is evil Superman. Littering. Oh, can't be littering. Oh, let's get a machine to terrify people. Yep, this never happened. $16 more minutes left. Ugh. I hate. So it's Amazo, the main villain of this story, right? 15 minutes left. We're almost there. Almost at the end. And that's something Commissioner Gordon does, and it made more sense when he did it. So Damian Wayne didn't stay allied with Ra's al Ghul too long, even though they are related. He quickly joined Black Adam's side. This is the last setup here. This is the last thing before the real last thing. There were times where he would turn on. I mean, Damian Wayne would turn on his father at a lot of times, but he's still an angry, confused kid. So the characterization's about the same here, but you every step of the way we got involved. When reading this, we got involved in what they were doing. It was just it mattered. Like it mattered why Robin was mad and why he was happy. In this case, he's spending time with Kara, so that's important. Okay then. Uh, I forgot what these boxes are for. Yeah, Lex Luthor to be doing all this work. Uh, No, it's great to see Plastic Man doing something in a Justice League scenario, but oh, good. Stab him. Uh, okay. Very self-serving scenes. Uh, I guess. He's sort of only already calling him terrorists, and not a lot of time has passed. No, Wonder Woman was more dedicated than this. But there were times where she disagreed with him, but she still was going to go with him. There we go. Ugh. And here's the scene that I was warned about through the many reviews. This one. There's another Lois with another universe. I thought it was. She should have said quest for peace, but whatever. So the okay then. No He-Man to show him the error of his ways. Okay then. It all happens too fast. Oh, good. We get to this. I'm gonna probably show you a few seconds of credits because I remember doing this last time with Batman '89 and Anson Mount. Oh, great. Terrible, terrible. Well, I'll give you a score in a moment. I'll give you a score. But yeah, so Shazam took off, Hawkman took off, other heroes took off, leaving only behind well, Hal Jordan took off too, but Flash died. No Lex Luthor, no Bizarro. I mean, I guess Bizarro would have complicated things, I think, but no Constantine, no gods at Olympus. You know, and in some ways, you stretched out all the stuff that was happening, where the Guardians of Oa, the gods of Olympus, they weren't happy what Superman was doing. Um, Constantine was offering to help Batman, but only because he wanted to get his daughter out of that universe and go to another universe or somewhere, some other realm. Um, yeah, I don't know what to really say. I think that it's. I mean, it's just not necessary. You don't need it. Now, people who watch this and say, God, there were books, right? Yeah, it's like they're books, and they're way better. They're way better. They're 10 times better. As we got about a minute left. So I will put the. Let's see if I can lower. Not very awe-inspiring music, by the way. But well, I'll risk my copyright claim, but whatever. I've shown a little bit of this anyway. But yeah, the animation's fine. I do think I've seen better animation with the whole. Take off my headphones. I've seen better animation with Justice League Apocalypse, Dark Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. So that was that. But let me see something really. Oh, is this the German stuff in German? Yeah, there was so much going on with the thing that was so brilliant about Injustice is that they got every except for the Metal Men and maybe Captain Carrot. They got everybody involved throughout including year zero, so 6 years, right? And then we're including the events of Injustice as a separate year, but I would say that Injustice 2, 1 through 6 might be happening within a year. So uh maybe Injustice takes place within the next year. So year 5 is all the stuff that's happening, but then the next year, which is year 6, is Injustice. And then Injustice 2 may be taking place along year 6, and then year 7 would probably be Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. Let me look for something real. Hold on, let me look for something really quick. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Uh, if I can find it. Oh, hold on. We got a little problem here. We got a little problem in which we have a 5 second. Let me see real quick because I was like I'm checking for things. So the Flash is gone, right? The Flash is gone because he was killed by the Joker. There's no Black Canary. Let me see where we are. I'm trying to see what's going on here. So 20 minutes in, I'm just looking for stuff. I'm looking for things. It's hard. It's hard to get it exactly right. Okay, hold on. So let me see really quick. Okay, we'll start here. This is the 22. Now, so Hawkman and some people walk out. I think Cyborg walked out, but then he came back, right? So um, I'm just looking at something really quick. Now, what you're looking at there, this is what I've been rereading this stuff, and this is where Kara and Robin kind of get together, get acquainted. Now, Superman's reign not only affected with Aquaman, but also Black Adam and anybody that was trying to contradict him. I don't know where the Metal Men were. Guessing they just went on a deserted island and just fucked off and didn't want to deal with all that. So I'm watching the scene. This is not Sam Lane, which would have been interesting if it was Sam Lane, but it is somebody else. Uh, I'm looking at. We could look at the comments in a moment. I would love to look at the comments. So we're at the Kent farm. Okay, so right there, this is okay. Let me just kind of I gotta see the comments, but in this scene here, Pa Kent is by himself. There is no Martha Kent, no Black Canary, and no Flash. So a lot of things have changed in that time. Let me go ahead and look at the comments section. Let's see if we can get to the comments section. Fastest man alive dies the fastest out of everyone in the league. The irony. Well, that shouldn't have happened. In Injustice 2, actually, he's got an anklet. He's got electric. He's got an ankle bracelet, so he's got a Batman's watching him so he doesn't run fast. I love that the Joker basically said that toying with Superman was easy. Just goes to show you how dangerous the Joker really is, which is true for any version of Injustice. I like how instead of smiling at the end, Batman just frowns a little less. Uh, yeah, I like the different aspects of emotions that Bruce Wayne is feeling. Love how they don't talk about the Flash dying at all. No, they rushed through this, as I knew they did. So for me, this was the experience of having watched this from minute one to hour 1 and 18 minutes and 32 seconds, and this was not enjoyable. But I'll give you a score. I'll give you a score. I love how the true villain is gone in the first 10 minutes, but his plan perverted throughout the whole movie. Right. So, like in the first issue, he's there most of the time and then he dies. And he has to die because that's what sets up everything. Uh, the real villain in the first year is Superman. And then we get through the Green Lanterns, and then Constantine with Trigon and Mxyzptlk, and the other magic users. You got Raven in there. You think I'll stop because someone will talk me out of it? Yes. What a savage. Yeah, Batman's not afraid, but Batman was too, like, he knew what to do. It's like as if though the events played over again, but everybody's doing everything much faster, well, which is not as interesting. Hey, look, I found the key. Right, that's from the comic books, year 5, or year 4. But in that one, it was Luke McDonough or Madonna, however you pronounce it. Luke, his son Luke was the one in the prison because he was part of a freedom fighter group, and Superman don't like no rebels of any kind. So, they crippled one superhero for one civilization, and then killed a Joker political group, and Harley formed the Harley Horde in Injustice Ground Zero, which was really good. And they got killed by Amanda Waller, but that was another thing. I don't know why Diana or Wonder Woman was such a good was such a good guy, being that she was basically the one that helped him. Yeah, they changed things around a bit. There were Now keep in mind, if you go back to the books, there were times where Wonder Woman would fight with Superman about what, especially when she killed Huntress. When she killed the Huntress, then she started to question herself. And she didn't like that Superman had the yellow ring, Sinestro's ring, so she questioned him at times, but she still stuck with him. She still did it. Seeing Batman just break down like that after dealing with so much, and literally it takes the death of another adopted son to be killed, it's just wow. So, like, Batman had his back broken worse than what Bane did with Superman. So there's a lot of things. Alfred is gone, so we don't see Alfred. We see Alfred in the books, but not in the cartoon. Funny how they're going to put Supes in a cage when he cannot escape from, but didn't think about putting Joker in a cage he couldn't escape from. That was always the problem. That was the problem with Injustice 2, was not that the story is very good, but it was the fact that the U.S. Congress, the Senate, questioned Batman's ethics in letting the Joker escape. Gotham letting Joker escape. You understand why we can't let them do this? Yeah. So let's see. Jesus, man, watching Batman, my favorite, and always the most calm and collected, break down and cry like that. Yeah, I mean, that had to happen in the books too. Why can't the live action movies be made this good? Well, they tried that, and with Zack Snyder and with Toby Emmerich and everybody, just like what is it, Safran, and I forgot her name. Whatever her name is, Anne. She was in charge, and they fucked it up. So yeah, that didn't happen. Um, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I love how they combined one and two. I didn't. No, that was too much. We're pregnant. Mostly you and I helped. Mostly you, but I helped. So they try to play up the happy Superman a little bit. I like this overall. The ending feels a bit rushed. If they followed the game storyline, they could have attached it to 3 movies. They could have attached it like spanning 10 years. Yeah, 10 years, maybe 6 or 7 years. Whatever it is, showing Superman really taking over the world. I gave it about a 3.5 out of 5. This is one of the commentators' ratings. It is usually more in depth and closer to a source material in their animated movies and shows, and this is a little disappointing. It was very disappointing. Damian, have you ever considered that you might be wrong? Yeah, Damian evolved a lot. He went from joining Batman's team, the Superman's team, to Ra's al Ghul's team, and then with Black Adam. But he wants to be with Supergirl. You know that. So I can't get mad at Damian. So much potential wasted. They should have broken it into parts. Yeah, they should have contended. They should have been the contender for Invincible and the Boys. Even if they ended his reign, the League would never survive Superman's actions. Yeah, well, they really played on a lot of different things in the books. There were the repercussions were played out. To be fair, when you get to He-Man and Skeletor and Eternia, everything's kind of has this very brief Return of the Jedi ending to it. But I still think it was fine. It was a crazy ending you didn't expect happening. Uh, so when the gas killed him, he should have just dropped the kryptonite and killed Superman. I don't know. So that's it for that. I will give you my final score of this, and we will look at Kara and Robin together. I think they make a cute couple. Um, let me go ahead and like just I need some sort of platform to put the comic book on so we can put some light on so we can talk a little bit about my final thoughts about can we have that sit? Let's see. Okay. Lights. Okay. That is a cute couple right there. Okay. That's not in the movie. So overall, the animation was a little weaker than you would see in the 2000s DC animated movies and the 2010 with the New 52 look. The animation was a little less. Now, Justin Hartley and some of the other people, they did fine. But Harley Quinn, you had to really buy. She in year zero, she was Joker's henchwoman doing stupid shit. And then you learn that he didn't care about her. So you learn she has a daughter. And the daughter grows from being a toddler to being like 8 or 9 years old. And, she doesn't know yet that her aunt is her mom because she wanted her to have a better life. And there's a scene where she looks like Arlene Sorkin. I really like this scene. Maybe I'll show it to you in a moment. But she went from being Joker's henchwoman to kind of being all over the place, torturing Lobo and just different. There were filler stories, to be fair, to extend this series, but she went from that to doing some things for Batman, and then having the Harley Horde from the Joker Horde. She had to face up to the other universe Joker and tell him no, as Dr. Fate suggested. So she went through so much. Let me see here. Let me see. I'm gonna give a score right now for this because I have to give a score. Did I feel it was an hour and 15 minutes or 18 minutes wasted? Actually, an hour and 40 minutes now that I've done this live stream. Kind of. I mean, mostly. I just didn't feel good about it. So what will I give Injustice? What will I give the movie? Not the series. The series I love. It's an A+ for the series if you want to see it. I will give it a new 52. I will give it a 52. That is my score for Injustice, the hour and the 78-minute movie that Bruce Timm put out there and didn't care about what you wanted. It gets a 52 out of 100. So that's it for that. And I will end this stream by showing you a scene from Injustice 2 that I liked so much. I'm still rereading these things. Let's see. I'm looking at where Kara talks to Wonder Woman. Yeah, let me see if I could find it. It may not be in here. It might be in the earlier issues, actually. But this is where Amazo took over. Now, they showed everybody in the DC universe, including Professor Ivo, who created Amazo. So it should be in here, actually. So I'll show you this scene. This is when Harley's going to meet up with Ivy, her wife, because they got married in year zero. We deal with the repercussions with year zero in this because Tom Taylor's a brilliant writer, isn't he? But here we go. And I'll read you what's happening here. This is the top panel. This is where she drops off Lucy after Lucy was kidnapped by Ra's al Ghul. So this is supposed to be Lucy's aunt. It's Harley's sister, but she pretends to be Lucy's mom until Lucy is at the right age to know everything. So the lady asks, "Where will you go?" And Harley says, "I would have gone to the Quiver, but Ollie's back now. This is the alternate universe, Ollie. I guess I'll go back to our old apartment, though it doesn't exactly fit the whole superhero base thing. Too many things in that apartment were built with a combination of Scandinavian instructions and loud swearing." Lucy's a bit older now, so she says, Lucy, listen, Harley says, "I know you have to go away," Lucy says. "It's probably too dangerous for you to see us again." Harley says, "What? Forget that. I'm totally going to keep visiting you. We may have to be inconspicuous, but Batman has like a teleporter. This isn't an ending, kiddo. I'm not giving you up again. I love this. She looks like Arlene Sorkin. It looks so good. The artist is so great. This is such a great. So now that you've seen the movie and you know what I think of it, don't watch it. Don't watch it. You don't need to watch it. Just get the books. I'm sure they're on Kindle. They're on other places. Please pick up the books. Put it on your tablet, like I have a tablet here. You can put it on your tablet. Put it wherever you got to put it. Okay. If you have the books, good on you. You can put it in a nice little bookshelf, and that's it. And that's that. And I'll probably do another. You know what I'll do is next week, next Thursday, I will react to the comic historians. John Kent meets the Injustice Superman. I think that's written by Tom Taylor. I have not seen that story. I think that's the only thing left that's dealing with Injustice is John Kent from the proper DC universe meets Injustice Superman. So I want to see what that looks like. And I can show that and I can react to that. Okay. This one I could not. So obviously I don't want my channel blocked. So that's it. Don't let your life be an injustice. Stay hydrated and more content to come. I'll make probably a short. I'll probably do a let's play of Star Fox 2. Maybe about 20 to 30 minutes, not that long, and we'll go from there.